Well, fellas.
Hot content.
Fellas and listeners. I don't really know. This is what I'll say. You know how like you hear the stories of like the Beatles breaking up?
Yeah.
NSYNC, all the greats.
Yeah.
I mean, countless TV shows.
Yeah.
You almost always hear like when you have a great thing, a great group of people, it can only last so long. And as the, what I would like to think, like sort of the moderator, sort of the calm, middle ground voice.
Middle American.
A little middle American. I think this might be the beginning of the end.
Yeah.
So here we are. It's Sunday night. And I think that here's the thing. If it is the beginning of the end, at least we should make content out of it.
Yeah.
Right.
And I think that from what I see with especially the kids, the streamers, all great content creators, is they're authentic.
Yes.
And they take you through their highs and lows.
Yeah.
And so I don't think we should hide from our audience our ugly parts.
Yes.
So today we have a group chat. Keep in mind, everyone who's ever worked on group chat is in this fucking group chat.
Yeah. People so that we haven't seen in 5 years.
Yeah, they all know our issues. They're all in there. Ari, I don't know if anyone remembers. Yeah. Okay. We got a text from Anand that said, we're setting our schedule for the day, whatever. Yeah. And he said something along the lines of, if we're talking politics, I'm not coming.
Yeah.
No, I said I'm in if no politics.
Okay.
I didn't say it in the tone you said it.
Well, let me say this. That's the tone I read.
Yeah.
That sounded like
it's all perception.
Yeah, that sounded like a flex a little bit. And so D, I think, said like a Trump slogan or something.
No, I said I will not be censored.
Right. My point stands. And I said, Anand, what happened? Because I was like, I didn't know what was going on. And Anand was very upfront about the fact that he feels teamed up on. Yeah. He feels like it's 2v1. He feels like we're a bit of bullies.
Yeah.
And he doesn't enjoy it.
Yeah. I mean, it's a Sunday night.
Right.
This is
Would you rather be bullied on Wednesdays? Would that be better? I'm happy to save the bullying
watching White Lotus than being bullied.
Well, that's tonight, huh?
Yeah.
Right. So is Wednesdays better
for bullying? I mean, I have no problem to just go Sunday nights. I will not bully business. You. Wednesday, hour and a half bullying.
Is it because it's a weekend?
There's two solutions here. One, stop being a pussy.
Well, yeah.
Two.
This is the problem.
Join the team.
This is the problem.
Join the team.
Right.
Then it's three. This is 3 versus 0.
Right, but this is also the problem. I get.
This
I'm
is the
stuck.
problem.
As the guy in the middle, as the guy in the middle whose last name isn't Murthy, I'm stuck. I'm stuck between two brothers, literally, and
stuck between two ferns.
Right.
So
and
that opening is part of the problem.
I understand. Because D responded, then you said, see, that's exactly the problem. So to be, in all honesty, we were just expecting to do the episode tonight without you because we thought like, okay, that's fair. But here's the problem. I understand. And as your friend, I understand. I don't want you to feel bullied and shitty. At the same time, I mean, here's our fucking topics. They all are going to tie back to what's going on in the White House. What's going on in the White House is like the most disruptive action-packed White House maybe in recent American history. And I feel like to avoid it is really challenging. And
I'm not saying avoid it.
Right.
That is the news, right? I think we have to have a better dialogue about it because if you open Twitter, within 5 seconds, you could get the banter of what the left thinks, what the right thinks, and everyone fighting.
Right.
And that's what we've been doing for the last 3 months. And on the elevator up, I told you, up until 3 months ago, if we were at a social event and someone I ran into that listened to the pod, 10 out of 10 approval rating.
Right.
Last 3 months, everyone hates it.
Are the people you
are they all
to?
left?
These are our mutual friends.
I know, but I run into people in New York and the elevators everywhere. They love it more than ever. They're like, oh, finally, you came our way. I'm serious.
Are these all lefties we're talking about?
No. And they don't even care about politics. They care about the dialogue.
So here's my question. As once again, both of you are very good friend, but you two are brothers. You have a different dynamic. I think that what people are saying, unless they're lefties, I think what like super lefties.
No, the people I'm talking about aren't super lefties.
Right. But I think
they're not Kamala fans.
Well, I think one you named is.
Sure.
Yeah.
But unless it's that, I think that it's your brotherly bickering is all I could imagine.
That could be more annoying than the views. The views is the views. I'm not changing. I don't give a fuck about any of my friends' views.
No, I don't care about the views. It's the way we talk about it as a group.
So here's the question is how can we, because I also don't think that D or I should, or you on any of us should stop from like sharing how we authentically feel about something.
Totally agree. But
how do we avoid the fighting?
I think it's not talking over each other.
Right.
Not being condescending.
Right.
And just share your opinion and then let someone else share their opinion. And that's it.
What do you think, D?
I don't know. Joy Reid got fired this week, so I don't know.
Did she
that
really?
Works.
Did she?
Yeah. I'm just saying, like, it's also like, this is fun. It's entertainment.
It is fun, but
I'm not trying to win a Pulitzer here. I don't give a fuck. I'm doing this purely for fun.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. When it's not fun for me, I stop doing it.
For you, it's not fun. For me, it's still fun.
I saw the list.
Right.
And then D actually said, you guys talked and you guys discussed it.
Yeah, but we talked about how we couldn't not talk about it.
We discussed that we have to address it because it's insane. Because
we did talk about it, but we talked about how we have to talk about it.
The real problem is
the tone D sent was like, yeah, come on in.
I think he just wanted to be welcoming. But the truth is, we talked about how we can't not talk about it.
Yeah,
I'm fine with talking about it. Just do it in a respectful way.
Well, we can try that. I mean, look, like I said.
I can make a small effort toward that.
Yeah.
I cannot go 100%.
And I'll try to moderate. I'll try to jump in.
Yeah.
But the question is how, I think it's possible for you to still be you and On and you to still have your different take, but not to turn it on each other. Because even look, our first story is India is going to reduce their import tariffs on electric vehicles from 110% to 15%.
That's only one person who did that.
And that's after Modi coming to the White House. And it's like, look at the continued massive jumps all happening within a month. I mean, I can't not go there.
Yeah, no, and I think it's great for India because there's a pollution problem.
Look at us.
There's a massive pollution problem.
And it's great for Tesla.
It's great for Tesla. And I'm fine with Tesla benefiting, but we've been to India a million times.
Right.
You can't even breathe.
I know, but they never did that. They're not making the decision because they care about their lung capacity of their citizens.
Yeah, but I'm saying
respectfully, that is a bullshit answer.
This is good. This is good. We are making progress.
That shit's Trump.
No, it's Elon and Modi doing their hangout.
Right.
But I'm saying there's a benefit to it.
Right.
The reason we obviously know why it's happening. I'm not questioning that.
Right.
I'm not stupid. Elon and Modi sat in the White House and got chummy.
But Trump too.
Right. And, they tag teamed him and
I mean, I also got to say, like, Trump, the fascinating thing is Trump got this guy on camera, did their press conference and sort of like bullied him live in front of the world. And it's working. Like, I don't know how, not you, but I don't know how you, meaning everyone, could deny these massive jumps of news progress that are happening. That, I mean, look, I know that people are really outraged about the Doge cuts. Whatever. I'm not, I guess if we set that aside, I don't know how anyone can be upset about this.
Did you listen to Mike Baker on Rogan?
I'm behind on the old Rogan.
So Mike Baker, ex-CIA, he's a Republican. He's MAGA as hell.
Right.
And when Rogan asked him about the USAID cuts, and he said, Joe, I've been around the world in the most dangerous places for the last decades.
Mm-hmm.
All the funding we do to these countries, while there probably is fraud, this is the price we pay to control the world.
Right.
And this is a Republican saying that.
Right.
Yeah, but I think the issue is the old guard of the Republican and the new guard of the Republican are at odds. They're not on the same page. Mitch McConnell hates Donald Trump, and he is the de facto leader of the party.
Well,
still.
now he's leaving.
But he's leaving. But I'm saying like they hate him. All those people hate him. And when you think about like the deep state is like we've said, the bureaucracy of the federal government. Someone that was been in the CIA for 20, 30 years, like Mike, the episode I listened to was Mike Benz. I haven't finished. It was like 7 hours long or whatever. But like it went on in detail about so many wars and horrific things that we did in our country's history to have the power. And while I understand that some of it has to be done, a lot of that shit was not like asked of by like the American people. Power and making money are two different things. Like trying to control the world's oil when we don't drill at home, or like, you know, they're talking about this Ukrainian deal on minerals. Great. From a financial standpoint, purely great. No one has more rare minerals in the world than the United States. It's because we've had laws that don't allow us to go after it. And so like, there's a lot of things that I'm at odds with when I hear like why we did certain things and we didn't actually, when we didn't look under our own ground for oil. Yeah, we are the biggest exporter and manufacturer of oil in the world.
I think one of the arguments is that Mike Baker himself is a part of a system that is very flawed. So like, yeah, maybe the CIA has this weird soft power because they fund sex changes in Cambodia, but like, should we even be like, what has been, and I'm not an expert in this, but what has been the quantifiable positive result, net positive of this weird control and this weird
I think that's
overthrowing
obvious.
Governments? And
that's obvious, right?
What?
We're the superpower.
Right, but
because the counter to what we've done is what China is doing in Africa. So China is funding everything in Africa to control all the mining.
Right. Yeah.
Because there's so many minerals and important cobalt from Congo.
Right. But you see the Congo president today, he came out and said, he goes, if the United States want to give us military support, you can have all our cobalt. We don't give a shit. I want to control the rebels.
Right, because if you read, I mean, look,
so what China's doing with Africa is it's an important region of the world,
right?
And they can control the ports. They've already bought all the ports across the ocean, and they're doing the same shit. They're funding nonsense to make sure that they control those regions. We've been doing that for centuries.
Right, but we've also, what I'm saying is like the Iraq model, we've done a lot, which is like go in, fuck shit up, say we're putting in a democratically elected government. Everyone in that country fucking hates us forever because of what we actually did. Like everyone should really watch. This. A very small, I'm not saying this is the answer, but the Black Hawk Down documentary
I wanted to see it
on Netflix. I'm surprised Netflix is being so honest, but like we fucked up. Yeah. Like we went in there and started fucking with them. And there's literally, this is the reason why it's so crazy. There's perspectives in that documentary. There's interviews with people who were shooting at the Americans, like Somalis. Okay. They're just talking like this is what happened from our perspective. And like we fucked with them so bad in the effort to quote unquote put in a democratically elected government. But that wasn't really the case. We're not actually good at that. We haven't done that well. So anyway, we're going to get into a whole different debate. But I think the question is also to Dee's point is like, is that strategy even working? And tell me exactly why funding gender teachings in Bangladesh helps us.
So it's gender teaching today. It was 20 years ago, probably something similar, whatever.
Right, but why don't
policy.
You like buy
but what did it get us?
I think what it gets us is it's a chessboard.
Make everyone transgender all over the world.
It's nothing about transgender.
I kind of think so. It's like Western, like if you import like Western, brain.
I'm not saying it's the most efficient way, but if you step back, and I'm sure the deep state thinks about it the way I'm saying, and I'm not saying it's the only way to do it. We haven't done it another way, but what we've done has made us the supreme power in the world.
I think,
but I would argue that what's made us the supreme power in the world is number one, our geography, number two, our economic,
military.
Well, our economic prosperity, which led to then military. So now the combo of geography with our military, with our economy is unbeatable. I don't know that once again, not an expert, but I can't point to anywhere that I can say, yeah, all of that propaganda and those brainwashing techniques are the reason. The people want to play a part in our economy. People can't fuck with us because we have big ass oceans and fucking weapons like crazy. I can't point to.
And the best universities.
Right. And so I think that the point is, to Dee's point too, is like the new age Republicans, I think you said, I don't think it's the most efficient way. I think people want to find the more efficient way because I think that old way hasn't worked.
No, I mean.
Yeah, we got the outcome. Is that why? How many countries fucking hate us? I mean, so much of like Islamic jihad and people literally wanting to blow America to smithereens is because of how we've treated them.
If you think about a company, like you just think about it like a startup. So you look at Uber.
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine how much waste they probably had in the first 5 years?
Right.
But they were Uber. Now they're a $170 billion company.
Right.
And the waste, obviously, in hindsight, you probably shouldn't have had it, but did it matter?
And but US, the waste is getting further.
Now, so when Uber goes public, Uber now has to report on where they're spending all that money, and people are going to ask questions and they're going to vote with their shares, right? We don't have that accountability. So now we've been public for decades and we still have the waste of a startup and no one's accountable. And there's no voting with your wallet other than moving out of the country. There's no way to sell your shares. And so I think that's the process.
Selling your shares is not paying your taxes.
Right.
Just leaving.
And I think that that's the process that we're trying to go through, which is like, hey, can we actually have a little bit of accountability?
Yeah, I mean, and even one of the things that we talked about, Elon went out and said, everyone in the federal workforce has to say 5 things they did this week.
My friend who I golfed with today, his sister works for the government, apparently got that email.
No way.
It is real.
So here's my honest take on it. When I first heard about this, when he took over Twitter, I kind of laughed at it.
Right.
I was like, oh, this is fucking stupid.
Yeah.
And now it's like, it's not a bad mechanism to hold simple accountability. And Elon Musk went on Grok and posted and said, can you basically make up 5 things that says what I did this week?
Yeah.
He's like, the federal workforce is not willing to at least make an attempt to share what they did in their accountability.
Well, he said that he feels like most people don't
All
even
right,
check
so
their
I'm
email.
gonna. I actually don't have a problem with him sending that email out.
Right.
That's how you get accountability. You guys are both CEOs. Would you send that email out tomorrow morning?
I do it every week.
To every employee.
Every single week, every one of my employees gets a prompt on Slack that says, what did you accomplish this week?
5 things?
No, but list what you accomplished this week. Sometimes it's
our
7.
entire leadership has to give a very thorough update every Monday morning by 10 a.m. of everything that's happening in their department, which they're getting from their team.
Every Friday I say.
But I mean, he's saying he's going down.
Yeah, because it's so chaotic. There's nothing happening in the federal government. So they don't even have a system of accountability. Whereas like a startup has a system of accountability. We don't have the luxury of operating like the federal government.
Right.
If we don't hit our numbers, we're fucked.
No, I know, but would you?
But I'm not running a company that is so incompetent as the federal government.
But
That's
no, we already
difference.
do that. That's how we try to not build incompetent companies. Every week it says, how effective were you this week? 1 to 10, you can't use 8. What got in the way? What are you proud of that you accomplished? And what is there anything that you need help with or questions? Every week. And if you don't send
what's the benchmark where you're like, I got to get rid of you?
Oh, well,
everyone has KPIs. It's very in our
that
company.
Too, same.
Literally have KPIs. You have numbers to hit. If you
Is it a
department?
week? Is it department or employee level?
Employee level.
1 week.
Department.
Let's say this: 1 week of missing, I ask you what happened. If you have a good answer, great. 2 weeks of whatever, you get a write up. 3 weeks of that happening, you'd be fired. 100%. And the fact that we don't have anything like that in place. Look, Elon said, or someone said, that the real reason he sent that email is because he wanted to see if anyone even checks their fucking email.
Yeah.
Like if you just write back, pet my dog, went for a walk, drank some water, took a shit, he'd be like, all right, at least he checks his email. You're good.
Yeah.
I think that the
low
bar is so low.
I don't even think he's looking. He knows no one's doing anything. He just wants to say, do you give at least a shit to respond?
Yeah.
I would argue at big tech, it's the same. Because I have friends that have worked at Google.
Well, but you saw, but Meta just 6% low performers. They're cutting. They know it. The writing's on the wall.
JP Morgan, Jamie Dimon just went viral for having like a pretty mellow rant.
Yeah, I heard the rant.
It's pretty mellow to me.
Yeah, it's not like
It's like getting the office and fucking
tone.
work.
It was just the tone, but the content was fine.
Right, but to me, I mean, look, I've been in the room with you. You're the nicest, sweetest liberal in the world. You've had way harsher.
Yes.
You used to live for those conversations. That was nothing. When I heard like that was even good enough to go viral, and that's how Jamie Dimon talks to people, I was like, oh, Jamie Dimon's that toned down? I figured Jamie Dimon's throwing shit and like, you motherfuckers, you're all fired. That was pretty mellow.
Yeah. No, I mean, I agree. I mean, there's a few things that I'm working on with Dee's team at Ghost,
right,
as an outside party.
Right.
Every morning I text them, how are we making money today?
See, you're doing it.
You're conservative.
You're exactly. You're
Listen,
MAGA.
we just solved the issue.
Yeah.
Just come on over.
Yeah.
Well, let me go back real quick and just say for the listener and both of you, let's try our best.
We will be very respectful.
Let's
Wednesdays
see what happens.
is bully Wednesday.
Here's what I would ask, and I will try to moderate this. Wednesdays are bully days. Sunday, let on and have some peas. And if you guys start to get too personal or too jabby as brothers, I think we got to pause it.
That's fine.
And I think that you guys both got to remember that this should be a place for you to both be authentic about your reactions to the news, but you shouldn't, it's not necessarily Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson every week. Like, it's not about you two fighting each other. Jake Logan, exactly. Yeah. And it's not about you two trying to
versions of Jake Logan.
Well, the Indian version would debate on a podcast.
Yeah, that's what Indians do. Pussies.
That's not the point of the show, is to see who can win, D or Anand. But I do think having everyone share their opinion is good. Let's try.
Yeah, let's try. I want to bring up a tech anecdote. I don't know. Did you listen to the Sequoia partner on Invest Like the Best?
No. What's his name?
Ravi Gupta.
Okay.
So there's a famous story. Shane Battier, who played in the NBA, I'm pretty sure he won a national title at Duke. But anyways, he was always the best at basketball his entire childhood. And in his bedroom, he had a poster saying, "You got to keep trying because the ghost is coming. The ghost is who's going to be better than you."
Right.
And when he got to the NBA, he was always like the best. And the ghost was Kobe Bryant.
Yeah.
Right.
He's the one that outworked everyone. He's the one who's better. And he's like, I found the ghost finally.
Right.
And he's just significantly better. And then the Sequoia partner was basically saying, everyone in tech, the ghost is here. It's who can execute on AI the best. Mm-hmm. And that's the ghost. Because all these tech companies have been coasting for the last software companies.
Well, everyone had like one money-making moat, and now that's over.
And now he's like, the ghost is here, and it's AI, and who can figure out how to use AI? And it's across industry. It doesn't be tech. It's literally every industry, because you can make everything more efficient.
Right. Yeah.
Whether it's industrial, whether you're a cement company,
I'll tell you where the biggest thing that everyone thinks that like only the Googles and the Microsofts are going to win on the AI front. There are some of the most basic things happening in like workflow of a company. Mm-hmm. So something like we have an outsourced Philippines team for a handful of steps in our company. We reduced in one of the processes, 75% of it in 1 week through AI. And now we're like, oh, could we do it across this?
Right.
That. And so I do think to the point is that like everyone is going to get to take advantage of it.
Right.
And it's getting good. Like, and it's getting good.
At the
fast.
pace that it's accelerating it's nothing I've ever seen in my adulthood in any profession. I paid for the Grok lifetime subscription. Right. It's absolutely insane.
Yeah. Have you done ChatGPT Pro yet?
I haven't.
It's insane.
The Grok you can do, I don't know, tell me if ChatGPT is the same because I haven't done the Pro, but on Grok, if you want to write an email, SEO, marketing, write a story, research report. I
mean, I'm telling you, I think I said this on the pod. Gemini, which is my do you use Gmail for email? Do you see the little magic wand? Do you use it yet?
No.
Someone asked me today, this is how fucking good it is. Do you have time Monday at 9:30 or Tuesday? And I clicked the wand and I asked Gemini, do I have time? It wrote the email. It said, yes, you can do 9:30 Monday. It looked at my calendar.
Yeah.
So I actually
That's pretty good. Even like, I noticed that real quick. Did you know that your texts have like an AI?
I don't have that. Everyone else has this.
Oh, it's probably the new phone. You always have the fucking old
I'm
phone.
a few years old.
Someone sent me a photo. Someone sent me a series of photos, and it literally said in the preview, like, sent a photo of a golf course with the sun setting. And I was like, what is this? Like, why would you write me this? And I realized it was summarizing what they sent me. Like, yeah.
You can upload, I'm sure ChatGPT is the same. And in Grok, you can upload an Excel file and it synthesizes the whole thing.
Right.
I mean, I put my health records.
I honestly will tell you that if you use these tools effectively, any CEO can fire a significant portion of their team.
Yeah. The problem is there is an accuracy issue still.
Yeah. But it's getting better every week.
I think in a year, it'll be 100 times better.
I don't even know if a year. I mean, Grok
it still like makes mistakes.
Yeah.
And these mistakes are just risky.
I think like a team of 10 in any department, you need a team of 2 that just monitors the mistakes that the AI is doing.
You got to do QA.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I agree. I agree that it's the ghost. I agree. And look, I also think like for whatever reason, number one, it appears, we'll talk about it in a second, but it appears that the economy is slowing, which always on any level causes a belt tightening. I also think that for whatever reason I guess quantitative easing and just the way things were, like we got fucking wild. Like every company got crazy bloated, like all these tech companies, obviously the government. And I still think what Elon started at Twitter and then it just sort of snowballed and it made it okay to, then Zuck did it, then whatever. Now they're doing it to the whole government. Like there's a general tone. Then you throw AI on top of that. Because I think that would be happening even without AI. Now, like there's just a general tone
of efficiency. Yeah.
Right.
There's 8 to 10 months ago, I think Sam Altman tweeted, there will be a company in the next 12 months, single founder employee that is $1 billion company.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, interesting. But obviously he saw what is possible that can the
Jones.
pipeline. Yeah, he's a
$10 billion company, single founder.
It's probably 12.
Right. It's not even good at it.
But anyways, the other interesting thing the Sequoia partner said on the podcast was we now look at who has the fewest employees. Because that means you're actually a technology company.
Right.
Because if you have a bloated employee base, you're not really using technology because you don't need as many people anymore.
Right.
You need 10 to 15 people, and depending on what sector you're in.
Yeah, if you're pure software, it's very different than let's say you're a manufacturer of widgets. Right?
Yeah,
like,
no, of course you need people on the assembly line.
Like if you make food, I'm sorry, like there's still people involved
at the corporate level, you could probably, that's where all the bloat is.
I mean, like if you look at, it's a white collar recession that's happening right now. Like we need so many more blue collar jobs. There's so every restaurant is understaffed. Every farm is understaffed. There's a lot of need for blue collar jobs. The problem is the wages have gotten so high that like these businesses can't make money anymore.
People got like, it's funny how people literally just came off of like being pretty entitled.
Yeah.
Like I would say employee entitlement was probably at an all-time high about a year ago.
Oh yeah. 2 years ago, I would say.
Today, now we live in this weird time when like everyone's talking about efficiency and not needing, like, I just feel like there's a rude wake up happening for a lot of people.
And it's so fascinating how quickly these things change. So like 3-4 years ago, SaaS was the end all be all. Mm-hmm. SaaS is the greatest industry. Right. Now everyone's saying SaaS is commodity.
Right.
And AI basically has commoditized SaaS.
Also, there's a big argument that AI is commodity.
So there's a whole argument that the model is a commodity, and it's the inference is where everyone,
which is interesting. I mean, if you look at the value of ChatGPT and all these things,
OpenAI is in a tough spot.
Yeah, they're donut.
OpenAI could be what you're talking about with a SaaS company.
Yeah.
Which it was literally 6 months ago was like in an argument for
$1 trillion company.
In a decade, one of the most valuable companies in the world. and today it might be a donut.
I would not, if I were like one of these massive funds, other than thinking Sam's going to build the next big company, I don't know why you would invest in it.
The only thing I think it's the brand. ChatGPT is the brand.
But I also think if you're investing in the brain that is probably arguably the most knowledgeable in the world about AI, like if you believe AI is one way or another going to be insanely valuable, there's a case to invest in the guy who's at the front of it.
So the reason why Elon was able to raise the $44 billion for Twitter is because you get the buffet. You get SpaceX, you get Boring Company,
right?
You get Starlink, you get the whole buffet.
And now he figured it out with XAI.
Exactly. And
I think everyone at this point who invests in anything Elon does is just investing in Elon. And like you said, the ability to invest in Elon's next thing. But what a fucking, it's so crazy.
Well,
and this dude's knocking up fucking influencers.
I mean,
what the fuck?
So I have a little bit of insight. I read the first day of news about it, and then I kind of checked out.
Yeah.
So a random conservative Twitter influencer basically plotted to get pregnant from Elon Musk.
Well, you can see his game on Twitter. Like he was, something about, she posted something and he said something about the pull out method and I prefer the pull in method. And she said, oh, you're being weird.
Didn't they have kids through IVF? Did they actually fuck?
There's poly market on who's going to be the next.
Her text came out and he was saying to her, like, I can't wait we need to build a legion of kids and we need to fucking nerd game.
She kind of called him out on Twitter. So
I believe he probably was not responsive. What it seems like, I'm very not well educated on this, but I think he was kind of not responsive to her as she would have liked. She posted about it and said like, hey, we've been trying to get in touch with you. What's up?
Do you think those kids, when he has 18 kids now?
I think 17.
I think it's like 14 or 13.
I think it's 18. It might be
17.
Is it really?
Josh, take a look.
Yeah.
I think I saw that it was.
I think he ends at 25. What do you think?
No,
he's so young.
At this rate, this guy's
mid 50s.
It's got to be late 50s, right?
32. We should do a bet.
There's a poly market on all the like famous female Twitter. Influencers.
My only hot take is I bet you those kids don't see $1.
So he'll be worth $1 trillion when it's all said and done
in their trust funds.
So
he's going to have so much money.
I know, but like he's a crazy person.
But
he'll probably be like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Give him each $1 million and then torch the rest.
Says he has 11 kids.
Okay.
Well, who knows? Whatever. We're speculating. Maybe he's a sweet guy. Look, they could all have $100 million trust funds. It means nothing.
Yeah.
Like literally nothing.
And I could also see him not having a trust or a will, and he doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
There are vindictive billionaires, and he's worth the most.
No, I don't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt that he would put it all in a fucking trunk and shoot it to the moon. Here's $1 trillion. It's in orbit now. He's just he'll probably do whatever best for the tweet.
Yeah.
But anyway, whatever. I don't want to guess on what type of person he is, but what I'm fascinated by is look, I'm very pro Elon, but like, how are you possibly doing a good job at all these things? Like you can't tell me that like a person's not going to die from a Neuralink implant that went bad because there was like a little.
I think really smart people go work for him.
Do you really think he controls his Twitter? Because it's 24/7.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's in the Walter Isaacson book. He's
tweeting
nuts.
right now as we're recording.
Yeah, he doesn't sleep.
Yeah, it's bananas. Not only does he control it, he like bought Twitter because of it. Like he literally posted like, should I do this? Yes. Okay, I guess I'll. And like, that's
and he's
really
retweeting not even just important people. He retweets randoms.
He retweeted the fucking influencer that he knocked up.
Yeah.
But yes, the answer is yes, he is doing that. I just don't understand. I also, like, as much as I want to believe too, that, like I really do, that he's like a superhuman, it's like, how can one person?
Yeah.
Like, it just feels like something has to go wrong. I know that the smartest people in the world go work for him.
I think that's it. I
Yeah.
think it's just he
That
has
must
so
be
many
it.
smart people around him. But I also think like one of his traits may not necessarily be doing the work. It's just pushing people to the brink.
I will say, for whatever it's worth, Walter Isaacson explains it, that he has the smartest people in the world that do all these things. And then his only focus is finding out where the bottlenecks are and flying there and solving the bottleneck and using his. And so the best people go work for him because you know that if you have a problem, Elon's literally going to fly to you and come fix it. And that's kind of what he did in Pennsylvania during the election. That's kind of what he did he views Trump winning as like an existential threat. And so you kind of see him doing that, but apparently that's what he does.
I mean, he's figured it out.
But how are you sleeping in the fucking government, whatever building, and knocking up freaking influencers?
He's on Adderall. Probably.
He has to be
Gotta
on
be.
something.
Yeah, he's
Gotta
on
be.
something.
Anywho, do you want to talk about these racism?
Yeah.
Okay, so here's what's funny. Racism is talked a lot about a lot in this country.
Yeah.
And I am by no means saying that it's not a problem. It's not real. It's not, in some ways, a big problem. But the one thing that seems to never get talked about is this. What happens it happens a lot with Asian kids. I don't know if it's happening to Indian kids too.
Yeah,
Of
same.
course it is.
Okay. Which is like where we're sort of keeping these way overqualified students. And, we've set quotas in the past. Didn't Harvard get in trouble for that?
Yep.
For allowing a certain amount of Asian kids. And there's now a new issue where, this Asian genius is struggling because it sounds like because of being Asian.
Got a 4.4, a 1590.
What's the
Was hired straight out of high
1600s,
school
yeah.
by Google.
Wait, it was hired straight out of high school by Google. Okay.
Okay.
So
And then
LeBron
16
James
out of 18 colleges, including 5 UC schools, did not let him in.
Wow, he couldn't get into UC Davis?
This is the problem.
Sorry for UC Davis.
I know, but it's 4.4. And that is like, was it said, like there was a quota? Like, how does this actually?
Yeah, I mean, I think he's suing the schools and specifically the UC system,
Right.
because I think if colleges want to go ahead and say it is not a meritocracy, it is we want a certain vibe on this campus.
Like a not too Asian-y vibe.
Yeah, we don't want too many Asians on the campus.
I think that's always been the
Well,
case.
you can say it.
Yeah, I'd rather they say that than say this is the best and brightest.
So
Right.
I don't.
'Cause it's-
So here's another angle on this thing. From what I understand, with parents of kids of that age, 16, 17,
Mm-hmm.
when we were in high school, that's an extraordinary feat. 4.4, 1590. You're
Yeah.
talking one kid a school,
Right.
max.
Right.
That can do it. And there was only one kid in Granada, Derry, who listens to the pod. He was the guy that had
Shout
the
out to
15.
Derry, man.
Yeah.
I don't know why you listen to us, dummies.
But I think this is because of all the resources that a lot of kids have this score.
Yeah, but that means they're
But
trying
not the
to
whole
get it.
college. I mean, there's still got to be room.
Yeah.
It's just too many of them happen to be Asian.
Yeah. I think the problem, if we rewind, 25 years ago when we were in high school, there weren't that many of those 4.4, 1590.
I know, but then fine, like
Right.
then the school should just say, and there should be also schools that come and say, we want the smartest fucking people in the world. We don't give a fuck if the entire school is Chinese.
This is where we're so dumb. And
Yeah.
this DEI shit is so dumb. It is because, I know that's a little bit touchy to some people, you're not addressing the actual problem.
Yeah.
Like if the actual problem is that white or black or Hispanic or Americans or whatever are falling behind.
Yes.
You have to address that.
Yes.
Or if
They won't though, because the problem is the excuse is it was the same thing back in the day. And even when I was in high school, they were saying standardized test scores were racially biased.
Win-win? When you were in
in
school?
high school, when I was in high school, racially biased test.
No, do you know why it's racially biased?
Why?
Because I went to SAT school every day,
Right.
and my parents were able to afford that.
That's
But here's the
income
problem.
bias.
But here's the problem. Yes, that's the problem.
And
Is
by
it's
the
not,
way,
you can't, if you say
I
that
went to a
it's,
Korean school, Asian.
right, but if you say
but I'm going to explain it to you very differently. Everyone who has children, even let's take people who can pay their bills, middle class families, everyone can prioritize what they want for their child. Some people prioritize sports. Some people prioritize music. Some people prioritize drama. Some people prioritize SATs. Right? That is the bet that a parent is making on their child. If you're low income and you cannot pay your bills, that is a very different conversation. And there's plenty of federal funding to give resources for those kids. If those families and those children want that education, it is available to them. For the middle class family, these parents are choosing what they want to spend their money on. Do you know why is it that all the Asian kids score the highest? Asian families prioritize education more than any other family.
right, it's a
It's
culture.
with the highest income in this country are Asian families, particularly Indian people in this country. Why? All we care about as a family system is education. That's fine. Are they the most personal people? Are they the most likable people? Are they the most athletic people? Are they most musical? No, we're not. We're all good at one fucking thing, and we're fucking really good at it. But we as a group, as a community, we placed our bet.
It's a culture thing. It's why, like, I mean, Anand, you guys didn't grow up in poverty, but you didn't grow up, you're not from like a wealthy.
No, we didn't. We grew up a typical middle class suburban family.
So the reason you had tutors is more so because your parents valued that more so than pure financial.
And that's why I don't.
win.
What's the racial? We were a minority in 1990s when we were taking the SATs, so it's not racially biased. It was maybe you didn't speak English. It's English biased, of course. It's America.
Yeah, we just don't. And to try to call it
give
racist
excuses.
or to call it like a race problem. It's just not. It's more of a culture problem. It's more of a.
By the way, it affects poor whites too.
I mean, where I'm from, it doesn't. No one goes to fucking Harvard. Nobody. Unheard of. Like when I look at where you guys grew up, or even when I look at even lesser income people still in LA, it feels to me like every opportunity in the world. And like at least you see these things happening. Where I grew up, it just wasn't part of the like conversation.
Like how many of your friends took SAT class?
I don't know because I didn't go. I wasn't there. I know nothing about it. I skipped it.
Did you even take
one of our-
SATs?
No.
By the way, every one of our friends took SAT. 100% of them.
Yes.
100. It was the culture.
Right.
It was a cultural thing. Who did we grew up with? Indians, Koreans, Jews.
Right.
Yeah.
But that's my point is like by calling it racist or a DEI thing or whatever, you're just not actually addressing the real problem.
I think you
And
do those people such harm long term.
I agree. And I think that ultimately the truth always wins. Like you can try to make it a lie and make it a false story, but the truth always wins. And what the truth is here is all the people who never actually got the help that like all the kids, if you want to say minority, I guess we can, but all the minority kids, that doesn't even feel right to say. It's literally all the low income kids are just the actual problem is still not getting addressed. Their schools still suck ass. Their culture still sucks. You know what I'm saying?
So I will say the benefit of having a diverse campus, and if you were to just go SATs and GPA, most colleges in California will be Asian.
Yeah.
Right.
All Asian.
Yeah.
And,
Maybe 95%.
And
right.
I'll tell you just what helped me as an adult post-college was I went to USC, which is like at the time, I don't know what the racial split is now. It was 65% white.
Right.
And they came from very different backgrounds, Newport Beach, all the Orange County areas. And these are people that I've never encountered in my childhood.
Right.
That came from these types of backgrounds. So I had to like, this is a different way of life.
They're disproportionately hurting people. The Newport Beach white kid is fucked.
He can't get into USC unless his parents. Yeah. There's
They're all going to the South.
But yeah, think about
a friend of ours, his kid is about to be a senior at one of the most expensive private high schools in Southern California. Not going to name it. Don't want to out it. And I was like, how many kids get into SC? These are like super wealthy families.
Right.
He's like 2.
Right.
And I'm guessing, what's a rich private school's like class, senior class? How many people is it?
I mean, less than 100.
Yeah. So 2% get into USC now.
Right. That's the point. My problem is, I guess also...
I was shocked to hear that. I thought it'd be 15.
Who the fuck is getting into these schools then?
Yeah.
That's the question. Because what then the whole system has to change and be like, there shouldn't be an SAT class, it should be a vibes class. We're checking for vibes.
Yeah.
Because
I mean,
you should have fucking Parker at the door and just... he decides if you get in.
Because by the way, like, I don't know why this kid wants to go to college. He's got a job at Google. Go
Literally.
Make your $150.
Right.
I mean,
start your life.
with the way AI is going, all these metrics are useless.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
Well,
So here's a perfect example. My trainer, who didn't go to college, is just ChatGPTing his face off every day. And he's like, I'm learning so much. His wife had to go to the doctor and they prescribed codeine for her cough.
Right.
He just went, he had no idea what's in it. He went on ChatGPT in the appointment, was like, this is an opioid?
yeah.
He's like, no chance.
Yeah.
He's like, no, she's not taking that.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
it's all solved.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
But I still...
And
Like,
think about
I want my kids...
Think about how much smarter he is now with all this AI.
I know. So I think
Right.
my only thing is I want my kids to go to college, not for the education or not to get a job.
For the vibes.
It's for the vibes.
Yeah.
And
Isn't that why a lot of Southern California parents are sending their kids to like SEC schools in the South?
because they can't get in. They
Is that
cannot
why?
get in.
Oh.
I know someone very, very wealthy up north at the top school, white family, white kid. He's getting in nowhere. He's best case is
We should see the racial breakdown. We could probably Google it right now. What's the USC racial breakdown of the incoming class? Because if it's still 65, 70% white, then it hasn't changed.
Yeah.
Right. My point is just, I think what we already covered is just be honest.
Yeah.
Like if you're just going for a certain quota of races, just say it.
Yeah.
And if
There
you're-
is also a quota of private schools. So like Harvard Westlake has a quota.
But at least it's open and known.
But it's just fucked
It's known
up,
to
man.
us.
I
It's
don't
not
know
known
how you...
publicly.
But it should be known to like if Berkeley wants, we need 73% Hispanic kids. Cool. Then white kids won't apply. Why
Right.
take the fee?
But it's not 73%.
But
It's
whatever-
still 50% Asian.
Okay, whatever.
Right.
I'm just saying, like, whatever it is, like, let everyone decide.
I do think we've all talked about this for obviously drama didn't take the SATs, but the best part about college is assimilating into different cultures.
Yeah, that's
so
the only
not being
part-
in a homogenous place.
I know, but
is really
colleges are
important.
the most segregated places. They have the black club, the Asian club, the white club.
Yeah, you learn quickly.
Right,
That's
I'm
how the
from-
world works.
Yes, and then let's just have colleges: Asian Harvard,
Right.
black Harvard,
Right.
white Harvard. That's all. That's, by the way, I was reading a stat, like the percentage of white Americans that interact with black people, the percentage of black Americans that interact with white people, the percentage of Asian Americans who assimilate. It just doesn't happen.
But it's
This-
also, to your point, when you guys tell me stories about USC, like I've been to where I'm from, obviously Alabama, all those places. You guys have some of the most racist stories from fucking
the
USC.
most prominent fraternity at USC.
Right.
I was only able to walk in once.
Right.
And now I'm friends with a lot of people from this fraternity.
Yeah.
They had a Confederate flag in the like once you walk to the living room.
Right. And we're like openly, admittedly racist.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, so if the goal is diversity,
Yeah.
you're not actually doing what you say you're doing at
So
all.
do you know in 2000? So I was a freshman in 2001. I have a friend that went to Duke. He's a friend of a friend, but I'm friends with him. At his initiation for his fraternity, they made them dress up as Klansmen.
Right. That's my point. It's like,
Yeah.
but no, you have these quotas and things for diversity,
Yeah.
but you're sort of harboring extreme racism.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just like, it's all bullshit.
I just like the athletes now are all millionaires at the colleges.
Yeah, but that's nothing to do with.
No, it has nothing to do
quotas.
with kids.
Well, the good news is, regardless, is if you don't go to college or whatever, there has never even close to have been as good of a time where like you can be on an equal playing field.
Yes, of course. I think from the pure learning standpoint, you don't need to go to college.
Right.
Learning, no, it's just social at this point.
Social. And I think it helps a lot.
But I think I will say, like, I definitely have the only thing that I sort of missed from college. Well, I don't have FOMO over the education, but I do over the sort of social dynamic, but also like I moved to another city and figured it out. Like I do think there's ways, if you had to, you could solve.
Oh, I don't think college has anything to do with your outcome at all. Like I think you could fucking do whatever you want in life without college.
I mean, your guys' network is pretty good.
It is. And yes, and that was like very deliberate in why I went to USC.
Right.
But a lot of kids don't do that. A lot of kids just go.
Right, so you also, that doesn't just come with USC. You went and made that.
Yes.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
And if I had gone to another school, I would still would have made a network.
And I that's how I have all those friends that live internationally.
Right.
It's the USC.
Right. You guys both did that on purpose?
No, I just honestly, the way I met my international friends playing poker
In college. Right. Yeah, that is just, it's kind of a college thing. Did we ask something? No.
The USC
stats.
racial breakdown.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So it says projected for 2025, USC will be 24.8% white, 19.4% Asian, 15.4% Hispanic, 5.89 Black or African American, 3.98 two or more races, and 0.221 Native Hawaiian, and 0.168 American Indian or Alaska Native.
Is it possible
23% white is crazy.
Is it possible to look at what it was in 2000? My numbers could have just been off.
Yeah, the thing that I hate is just the lack of honesty. And look, I think if you look at the numbers and you say, hey, there's not enough Hispanic kids getting into Harvard, then figure out what's happening at the lower levels of education.
Make them competitive so that they can thrive at Harvard. Why do you want to be the dumbest kid at Harvard?
Like if you think about even like Dom and he's 7.
Yeah.
So you're talking 11 years from now.
Yeah.
At the pace of what AI is going at, what are you going to learn in college?
It's not about learning.
So what are they have to change it, right?
Yeah. I think
it just becomes a social club.
Yeah.
What is it?
Roughly the same as 2000.
Okay. There you go.
You know what they need to do is like teenage like country clubs. Not where you go.
Well, they have camps.
Camps is big.
So for example, like I have I'm friends with now a lot of parents who have high school kids. So all the Jewish kids all go to Jewish camps in high school.
Yeah.
Everyone in the East Coast, Northeast who has money sends their kid to Maine, to Massachusetts for camp. And it's 4, 6, 8 weeks by themselves.
But are they usually like segregated?
Yeah.
But don't you think that kind of defeats the purpose a little bit?
Yeah, but who's making an effort to assimilate in America?
Well, that's what you're talking about, though.
Whose racial responsibility? Like, is it upon a white person to assimilate? Is it upon a black person to assimilate?
Well, I guess more what I'm trying to say is like, how could you? Assuming colleges will be less relevant and they're a really expensive assimilation device.
Yeah.
How could you create other moments? Now when Dom is a fucking child prodigy because he has been using ChatGPT his whole life, there's nothing, he's essentially Einstein, but he's getting a little weird and awkward.
Yeah.
How do you go send him to meet all different types of people and make the same, the same you got out of college?
And this is going to be a serious issue. People with money will have the ability to expose their children to everything. And then people who don't have money, they're just going to do whatever is the most convenient for them and what they can afford. And unfortunately, that'll be very homogenous.
Right.
This reality.
Yeah, it's just interesting. Okay, we got to move on.
All right. One more thing before we head out, before we do shout outs, I wanted to talk about, everyone's talking about the credit card
debt
issues on debt. And the number that's out there now, that credit card debt is 1.2 trillion.
Yeah.
Dollars. There is a decent amount of delinquent, but the stat that came out that was a little bit reassuring, not like a whole lot, is that the balance to the total cash, the debt is only 6.2%. And in 2005, the credit card balances was 12% to cash. So significantly worse. So
Percentage of what each person has in their account?
yeah.
Right.
Or the total in America
I see.
of cash.
In accounts.
Yes. The problem is when I look at that stat is I think the wealthy have so much more cash than your average American.
Right.
So I don't know how it weighs.
Right. That's why that's a tough one. All the people without the debt could not be the people with all the cash.
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, and I think and we're seeing it. Walmart kind of came out last week with their earnings. They're still growing, but they did say the consumer is soft. A lot of these mass retailers have come out and said consumer is soft.
Right.
So I'm kind of like, it's a mixed bag because like some companies are having record earnings and record profits. And then some companies are saying shit's over.
But I think it's kind of what we've said. It's like that.
I think Costco's probably unique.
They have the wealthiest.
Yeah, it's wealthy people that shop
Also,
there.
how many people like went down to Costco from?
Costco has the highest income of any retailer.
Right.
But Walmart and Target is probably more.
Costco is all boomers.
America.
They're every week. My father-in-law is in Costco every week.
Well, our parents were too.
I think
Growing
Walmart
up.
Target's a really good indicator.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot of like,
It's everybody.
And where they
Yeah.
are located.
right. And it's also like other than basics like groceries, it's a lot of like that extra little thing or two that you would grab. You know, that extra toy, that extra, I don't know, but Target's earnings are this week, I think.
Yeah. So that'll be big news.
Right.
NVIDIA has earnings this week. The Fed has some big data coming out this week on inflation.
Coupon Tuesday.
You see, we talked about
Coupon
Hims and Hers,
Tuesday.
and then they just got smoked.
Yeah,
Who?
they got smoked.
Hims and
Hims and
Hers.
Hers.
Yeah.
It's
Well-
because
We go.
Ozempic
Yeah.
and Wegovy now is
Back
no
in
longer a
stock.
shortage.
Right. Okay, well, shit. Earnings time, you know, it's the best.
Yeah.
we're at the tail end of earnings, I think.
I
Yeah.
know, I'm
NVIDIA is
gonna miss it.
basically the
Yeah.
I feel it's like the Super Bowl being over. I'm like,
Yeah.
well, what do I watch now?
yeah. NVIDIA is the big one.
Yeah.
That'll pay basically.
I think it'll be Blockbuster,
I don't see why it wouldn't.
Gotta be.
especially with how many people have entered the
Yeah, everyone
competition.
just talks about AI all day. GPUs, GPT.
A lot of G's. A lot of G's and
Put
P's.
some G's on the shit.
Yeah.
What's the Little Wayne line? Lasagna. What is it?
Real G's move in silence like lasagna. Yeah. Real GPTs move in silence. Okay. Nothing else we have to talk about, right? How long was that?
An hour.
Okay, look, props to us. We fucking did it.
Respectfully.
Respectfully, we did it.
Even though he opened with calling me a pussy.
He
I
did, but then
have to
he-
be able to do.
But then every now and then there's going to be a P word flying around.
Yeah.
And as long as he says respectfully, and we move on from
If
it.
you call someone pussy and say respectfully,
It's
it's
okay.
respectful.
Yeah. Yeah. So look, we're going to try it out, but we did it, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Shout outs.
First one is from Onig. Shout out to my wife, Kristen, giving birth this April. Thank you, group chat and D, for non-financial advice. Philip Morris will go to the moon, and I have money to pay for hospital bills.
Nice.
From Nathan, shout out to my girlfriend, Kaylin, who's running a 50K this weekend.
Whoa.
What's 50K?
It's like 30 some odd miles, I think.
Yeah.
Fast.
Light work, love you. Wow. From Joey, shout out to my life partner, Sheena Silva, whose birthday is on February 24th. She's an avid listener for over 6 years and turns every new episode on while we get ready for work in the morning. We also met everyone at the Victorian a couple years ago. Thanks for being so kind. Sheena recently secured a resident rooftop DJ gig at Waldorf Astoria, Beverly Hills, and I couldn't be more proud of all of her efforts in getting there, not to mention tackling life and work's daily duties. You always make it happen. Guys, come visit the rooftop for a drink and superb sunset soundtrack anytime.
Weren't you just there last week?
I was there on Friday for lunch.
Should have
Vibes.
stayed for the sunset.
I know. From Carrie, shout out to my beautiful girlfriend, Sarah. She just got a job offer making fat stacks in LA.
Fat stacks.
She's such a girl boss. She wasn't even excited. I made it to the final round of interviews with SpaceX, so I'm waiting to hear back. But we're both just about locked in for LA for life.
Better respond to your email.
Wow.
SpaceX. Yeah.
That's hot.
Yeah.
From Alex, a long-time listener, first-time call-in. My fiance and I visited California for the first time this past weekend from Michigan. Couldn't help but think of you guys as I walk through LAX and driving up the historic 405, looking at the hills, mountains, kind of cool. Anyways, was here for an Indian wedding over the weekend up in Malibu, Westlake area, Calamigos Ranch. Main takeaways. Oh, I like this. I see why people love Southern Cali. Beautiful place, beautiful people, scenery, glitz, glam, anything you want is here. You just have to pay up. A breakfast burrito in Malibu, Lily's, great breakfast burrito in Lily's, cost $20. Haha.
Yep.
2, Indian weddings are fucking lit. All the dancing, music, etc. puts American weddings to shame. Shout out to Vivek and Siri for allowing us to be a part of their special day. Amazing.
Drama's been to 2 Indian weddings.
I love them. I miss them dearly. I need more Indian friends.
You need young Indian friends.
I know.
We're getting married still.
Yeah. That's it. Okay. Well, props to us. There's your peaceful episode. So all you mother effers that have been getting in Anand's head, telling him our episodes suck.
Yeah, fuck you.
Fuck
fucking
you.
pussy.
We know who you are. He told me your names in the elevator. And tell him what you thought of this one.
Yeah, go fuck yourself.
Eric. See you guys. Have a good week.